spacer's choice. It's not the best choice, it's the spacer's choice.
The dissidents actually took over the refinery. I can't believe it!
And then, the chairman shot their space shuttle down with the Hammersmith grenade launcher. Incredible.
Are you two talking about the new dissident Hunter Adam?
Our UDL security attendant is always prepared.
Looking for weapons? You've come to the right place. Every Byzantine needs high-quality armaments, and you won't find better anywhere else. Why? To defend their property, of course.
50-Bit says he's got a hard on right now.
Byzantium is the best of what Halcyon has to offer. It's up to us to protect it. Marauders, dissidents, especially large sprats. One never knows what threat might arise. Only because we make it so. It is only the fear of the well-armed Byzantine that keeps the rabble at bay.
I can honestly say I'm personally terrified at the thought of someone such as yourself wielding a high-powered weapon.
Indeed. It's up to us to take our safety into our own capable hands. One can never be too well armed. Who knows when the hordes may hurl themselves at our... What can I help you find? Why? Byzantium is the best of what Halcyon has to offer. I'm...
An ale that's good for without. be forced and baked beans. When you need to eat and run, forced and baked beans is the only one.
I've always loved that sculpture.
It's an art.
This fight.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you. Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it. Ah, Celeste, you've done it again. I knew from the moment I'm Celeste Jolicoeur. And you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs. Darling, you and that brutish swagger of yours have been on my... I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me? When I look at you, I see the very embodiment of everything the walls of Byzantium were built to keep. Making an outfit worthy of you won't be easy. I'll need your help gathering the right materials. Consider it a standing offer. Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed men... Also, I expect you to model for me. Oh, you cad! You'll be the talk of Byzantium. I'll need you to model for me the following. The apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear. Helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job. Goodness. Look at those atrocious contours. The sheer brutality of... 2 outfits remain. I can't wait. If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe... For you, anything. Byzantium has lost its élan vital. Everything about this city... I want to make people uncomfortable the way you do. You're an outsider. You clearly don't belong in Byzantium. I'm not some common buttonmonger, darling. I'm an artist. Outside Byzantium? Of course not. There's nothing for me outside Byzantium. Yes, and I'm terribly grateful you've agreed. Look, darling, I don't belong outside Byzantium anymore. Anyway, You're very welcome.
Something on your mind?
I love Byzantium. What else are you doing?
The Emerald Vale plant is back to...
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part purple spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. We call it a Blue Bloody Mary. Oh, by all means, ask. I don't believe in work. Work is for automechanicals and lower classes. By automechanicals, of course. Byzantium's fleet of mechanical servitors are programmed to simulate a... We all have our roles in society. I like to think of myself as an entrepreneur. This drinking establishment, Rizzo's Spectrum Vodka, is about to release its newest color, ultraviolet. Completely... What can I do for? Then you'll want to speak with our automechanical inebriation assistant, located... Quite so. But I would never lower myself to do something as gauche as tending bar. My automechanical is...
Hey, stand back, you. I'm part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back. Yep, you're looking at the minister's newest. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all. He's, medium height with, like, medium colored hair and, like, a kind of a medium face. Just like, everyone tells me he's very private, okay? He's basically the most important person in the call. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal... That's right. Not just anyone is allowed to have a key to Minister Clark's That's a great idea. I'll have a Spectrum vodka. Here's to me. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. Who am I kidding? It's not every day you get... Wow, you got like... Oh, lost. I gotta stop. I really...
Nonsense. You've got another in you.
Guess I can't argue it. Yeah. Was that one supposed to... I don't feel so good.
Someone needs to teach those iconoclasts a lesson for what they did to our country.
I just need to sit down.
Please allow me to improve your drinking experience. Request confirmed. Vendor protocol. Studies have shown that
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly success report. Profits are soaring, promotions abound. Thanks to your continued hard work, Halcyon is healthier and more productive than ever. In the coming months, Byzantium will be sure to see the many rewards reaped from your diligent labor. Once we nail down the details, I can't wait to share what's in store. For now, my friends, keep up the hard work.
Hey, buddy.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models...
I'm on my legally allotted... Oh, what are you doing here? Nothing. Nothing. Why, Laws, I knew it! You got me. I'm caught, aren't I? I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Some of my sprats went maybe I let them out more often than regulations allow, but they need to... And so what if I occasionally forgot? They escaped, and before I could... Even if I did dare go... Really? They have... Please, do take care. Well, to maintain things, of course. Like big, humming... and pipes. What... Everyone knows sewer sprats carry diseases. And the exterminator mechanical... Why they do that when they're only supposed to attack sprats, Some people say there are strange things in those tunnels. Monsters hungry for human flesh. A hidden bureaucratic purgatory where things... Not that I place any stock in silly rumors, of course. To deal with the sewer sprats, of course. They're quite the nuisance. Therefore my, research. Something else? Therefore my... Oh, very well. It's true. See, I'm an enormous fan of all my colonists. The early seasons, before the plotlines got tacky. You must have seen the classic episodes. Well, I name all my sprats after my favorite characters. That way, their stories can... So you see, it's imperative that I get them all... Not just names. They all have... There's Lord Reginald Kim III, Lady Philippa Farnsworth, Vonda von Vermington, Haroon Greenlee... Ah, she's the chief executive. They're in a... It's is scan... Something else? I still am, but I must say...
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore, my good man. I'd have to request a counter waiver, and you know how dreadful... My dear fellow.
security threat.
Show him how it's done!
That's the last of them.
System.
I have your backpack.
Now switch.
Nice one! That's the last of them.
And I thought nothing fun ever happened in this town.
any luck finding my sprats. Truly? And all safe and sound. Oh, Reginald. Please, take this. It's not much, but it's the... Now, I've got to get back to the...
If Hortense yells at me about vagrants one more time, I'm gonna snap.
So, Vicky. Can I call you Vicky?
Absolutely fucking not.
For a vicar, you sure curse an awful fucking lot. Sure, they look fancy, but inside, they're just marble and existential emptiness.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one? In?
There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial-grade cleaning solvent and desperate... Something on your mind?
Marilyn, is that you?
Lars, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
Play the ruffian angle some more. You're supposed to help me make an impression.
Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right?
Are you trying to make me look bad?
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
I mean, we had other business in Byzantium, so it's not like we went out of our way. but you can't just kick us out. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors. He's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather, substantial.
You what?
What vulgar company you keep, Marilyn.
Well, now that I'm here, I guess you'll just have to report back that I'm very much alive and kicking.
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we? Shh! Someone could...
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you. That led to your tragic death when you...
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Not until I get some answers. Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with... And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that.
Quietly, if you don't mind. She hasn't changed a bit, I see.
That's it? You just...
Don't cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. We gotta talk. Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. But not like I wanted. I had it all planned out. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either, the leather's fake but the scars are real, or, oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug? Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then, Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. And I've got a reputation to maintain. I'd love to know how you'd describe getting kneecapped. But I want to talk about me now. Unless you mean the kind who'll look out for you to blink so they could swipe your bits. The galaxy's not exactly crawling with those. Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like... Wait a second. What if I could get that money? I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves. Something on your mind? Max, you're always going on about destiny. What did your mother do?
If you must know, my late mother was a laborer, Dr. Finhill.
And your father?
The same.
And you ended up a preacher how?
The universe works in mysterious ways. Where there is a deficit, it seeks to provide an abundance. Say a church is attacked by marauders and sustains casualties.
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics. Less funny, the minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS. Minister Clark's a private man, and you're asking too many questions. There's nothing to see.
You know, that's just the sort of...
I have no idea what...
Couldn't help but notice your shooter, Dr. Finhill. It's quite a sharp piece.
Isn't it something? I keep meaning to name it, but I can't come up with one that sticks.
That's funny. I thought you didn't care much for nice things.
Hey, a pirate's nothing without a rep. And this baby has a rep of its own.
Remember that stranger I saw? Ah!
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
Auntie? Cleo's energizing ointment. Enjoy 6 cups worth of concentrated caffeine at every time.
That episode from a few weeks ago?
I'm afraid I can't help you at the moment. Have a prosperous day.
Burning the midnight oil, are we? The Halcyon Parcel Service's work is never done. Welcome to Halcyon Parcel Service. Deliveries guaranteed within standard margins of accuracy. We do, in fact, have a parcel here for a Mr. Clark, Minister. You're not an official member of the Halcyon Parcel Service team. That means you'll have to sign a release form. Oh, I'd have to submit a request for a release form, and then wait for a receipt for my request of a release form. Then you'd have to make an appointment. Couldn't say. We've got a backlog, and I'm planning on retiring in the next 35 years, but I could give my successor a memo on your behalf. You're welcome to lodge a complaint in our suggestion box. Actually, no. We're still waiting on our delivery of a new suggestion box. You do that? Wow. Hey, you know, a positive review from the minister would go a long way in my semi-monthly employment audit. Here's your parcel to be delivered to Mr. Clark.
Out with it, you wretched contraption! Does nothing!
Easy does it.
Looking good, soldier. All right.
I'll be right there. What? You're not one of my...
Minister Clark, what a remarkable honor it...
So, this is one of the guys who runs the colony, huh? Small room for a big shot.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more. Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself. Then you're not part of Rock... That means you're a dissident? But what are you doing here? And how did you get in? Then what are you... Oh. Drugs, of course. What? Back to idiot. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending...
What is this system coming to when even the Earth Minister...
Will that be all, then? Oh dear, I don't think I can say this anymore. Of course, of course. It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my...
He's attempting to game the system, but he won't be able to get away with it forever. Eventually,
I dearly hope so. And you might... Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out. And whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC head...
Captain, we must investigate Rockwell. An injustice like this cannot go on.
Indeed, it cannot. I can't overstate...
We really gonna do this? Getting involved is a messy...
This is about more than bits. This is about the... Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. We're discussing industrial espionage, legal redress, the possible salvation of Halcyon. Also, this is the longest conversation I've had with someone else in quite some time. I assure you, I didn't ask to be locked up and made to perform like a trained animal. But I'm attempting to make the best of an opportunity. Now, we've got to get into the HHC. That's in the Acropolis District, along with the other major corporate and... But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded... There might be a route through the maintenance tunnel. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office... Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. The man has too much money and too little sense. The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look. I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here.
Obviously, the chairman surrounds himself with...
There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earth. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for... But they need to know what's happening here. What isn't on it? I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
Putting your faith in the inherent goodness?
The Earth Directorate is our best hope. Even Rockwell's resource. Depending on the nature of their response, month. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck.
I'll sue every technician and employee.
Black fucking hole! Oh, that smarts! Damn near twisted my ankle right there.
I thought men and women of the cloth were supposed to be all meek and patient-like.
The universal plan favors the bold, Dr. Fenhill.
The Acropolis district is off limits. Move along.
You could have asked me, you know.
What in the law's name are you on about? Sure. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was, welcome to the Acropolis district.
I never could have handled the desk job. You ever get the urge to just hawk one on the floor?
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
State your business. Please step away. This entry is for high-priority HHC business. Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form. I'm not authorized to employ... Now, let's see. Damn it. What? You don't have to be certain. Look, you don't have time to wait on new forms. And I can't afford the citations for impeding HAC business. Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything fun.
Quiet.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to Will there be anything else? Excuse me, just a moment. Is there something I can do for you?
What's with the big hole in the wall?
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, We've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
I don't know about you, but I'm all for living fast and dying young.
Can we talk? Anyone with eyes to see would not be shocked to hear that the colony is dying, choosing to save themselves and their families and friends at the expense of the rest of the colony? Those fucking bastards. What are we going to do about this? Well, I would love to point out the flaws in your logic, but it's undeniable that self-interest hasn't failed us so far. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Something on your mind?
I beg your pardon. Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors. What? Oh dear. Thank you for reminding me.
Do we really need all this security?
Got a promotion coming. I can feel it.
Sorry, I shouldn't talk. Not without signing a waiver.
If you see any sprats in here, definitely don't touch them.
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone without X30.
It's okay.
I don't care if you're a brain surgeon. If you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell...
Worth a try. You'd be surprised how often that...
Like I said, X36 clearance only beyond this point. I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list. What? Oh no. You must be from Chairman Rockwell's office. Please, go on through.
Quietly now. Easy.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157?
What a pleasant surprise. Thanks to you. But what are you doing here? On the other side of the lab? Why, that requires a top-level clearance. I really shouldn't be doing this. But you did help me out. Take this key. If you're seen by...
Let the record show that subject 23K's cause of death is cerebral vascular incident brought about by a ruptured aneurysm.